So,
So,
how are you?
I'm doing pretty well today.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I really feel an intense energy with this full moon. And that's why we decided to go live today because we have a full moon in Scorpio and there's also a lunar eclipse. And I know that it's very meaningful for what's happening for the collective and for us as individuals.
Yeah. It's also very intense. It has that Scorpio is a very mysterious, powerful sign of death and rebirth throughout the whole zodiac. It's most presidents are Scorpios. Scorpios have a lot of ways to get rid of darkness and bring in light. So it's intense too. It's an intense time, but it's a good time.
Yes, it is. Although it feels uncomfortable, but we know that it's ushering in something so much better because it gives off this frequency of, okay, children, it's time to grow up and let go of childish things or let go of old ways. But it's those old ways are negative. It's old thought patterns of division, of infighting, of war, of lack of empathy. And what's coming in is empathy and inclusion and peace. Don't we all want peace?
Well, we have to kind of collectively, with consciousness, create it.
Yes.
And, because we are what we manifest, collectively or individually.
So it's up to us to make the change. And so this configuration or the celestial bodies are helping us make the change. So
Almost forcing the change,
Yeah.
because with that Scorpio, a lot of the things that old paradigms that keep the consciousness divided or not evolving will be dealt with in certain ways, because there needs to be a removal of certain thoughts and energies and frequencies to bring in the new.
Right, so it's like you have to clear out the space in order to invite in the new.
The new.
Yeah, to make room for the new.
Yeah, and
Right.
on a individual level, for those that have been suffering in relationships, communication, or repetitive recidivism type behaviors where you're
Yes, you get
constantly
stuck.
going round
Right.
and round.
Right.
This is with the eclipse. This will enhance a vibration and frequency that will stop the merry-go-round. People will come into clarity, and they'll be able to see and feel what's no longer working for them.
Right, so whether it's in relationships,
Yeah.
family, career, money,
Money.
where you're living. So people, places, things.
Lifestyle
Right.
choices. Yeah.
So if it's out of balance or it's been out of balance or not working for you, it might just fall to the wayside.
That's what it's designed to support and do on a macro and micro level. So, we should see some changes in structure. Now, unfortunately, that we're in wartime.
Yeah.
So death and rebirth also has a notion with that as well. It can stir up, bring in the good, but it can stir up things that are ongoing
Right.
to reach some kind of resolution, movements, or change.
I mean, we've been talking about moving from the old earth into the new earth now for the past couple of years. And we've had these cycles with eclipses. And in November, I think there was another eclipse in Scorpio. So it's happening again. So it's almost like, all right, we need to clean up again,
Yeah.
make room again.
Yeah.
Because there's so much bad that has to go in order
Which
to
is-
usher in the new consciousness. And these new kids that are incarnating, they're just not having it anymore.
Yeah, and it's just a frequency. It's just changing the frequency and vibration that allows for better thoughts to be manifested to help create the paradigm that they've come to, people are incarnating to do.
Yes.
It's not about blaming a person or it's these guys, it's the left, it's the right, it's the up and the down. No, it is the collective humanity, and the consciousness is divided. And some consciousness is all about self, all about what's in it for me.
Right.
And other consciousness is about inclusion. So there's the balance is in the manifestation, and what we see is, from homelessness, despair, and all this, and opulence and all these various compartmentalized things, is the condition and the evidence of human consciousness. So no one person or group of people can be in charge of another group of people if the consciousness is evolving and changing. And eventually, just the numbers, people will gain the leverage to birth in the new. So that's what we're doing.
I think it's been hard for the people that have empathy and really do want to see a new world based on compassion and inclusion, not to blame the ones that don't have empathy. Right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's hard, the blame game, but the reality is statements are in vain, and there's really no one left to take or place the blame. The blame, if you're going to blame something, you have to look towards self.
Right.
And you have to say, well, what am I doing or not doing to usher in a new paradigm?
right.
And that's
And
pretty
it all
much
starts
it.
with thoughts.
Thoughts control things and manifest, because your thought is before you even have a thought, it's a frequency. So the frequency and the vibration dictates the thought. The thought is a derivative of the vibration, and this is why people might wake up and have negative thoughts or difficult thoughts, or they might wake up and have thoughts of joy. But once you can balance the frequency, then the thoughts become balanced, and then your external manifestations mirror back to you the balance that is within.
So
It's
if
like
negative
that.
thoughts do come in, you have to, like Edgar Cayce would say, the mind is the builder. So it's like you fight, you have to, in a way, be a warrior for yourself and keep those negative thoughts at bay and replace them with positive thoughts. And eventually they become rote. It becomes the way that you naturally think. But what you're saying is you wake up in the morning sometimes with a negative thought that isn't your own.
Right.
So it's a result of the frequency that's in the world.
Sure.
Right.
The frequencies and the vibrations. And, when you have a lot of war and a lot of pestilence on big places, those frequencies go out and people are affected by it. They don't even choreograph that it's dealing with the war, but those vibrations, because we're all sentient beings, can intuitively affect the mind and how you're thinking throughout the day. So once you're aware of that and you understand that, that's where alchemy comes in. Alchemy starts with consciousness, not with gold into, lead into gold. That's a derivative of consciousness. That's a material plane thing. But before you can even attempt to do alchemy from lead to gold, you have to master the alchemy of consciousness within your own mind, which is achieving balance.
I love it. I love it. So I'm just focusing on the new world, what I want to see in my own life and for the collective.
Yeah.
And that's what we all should do.
And
that's what's in our power to do. And our minds are so powerful, like you said. We can do this.
That's the way you shift the paradigm. You're not going to do it with guns or bullets or, violence or any of these other things. Those are actually going backwards. It's simply by mastering your thoughts and your own vibration, transmuting alchemy to put out into the collective balance, restoration, inclusiveness, peace, acceptance, and understanding.
Right, so manifesting a new reality.
That's it.
Well, let's talk about this tarot card that we drew for today. It's the Judgment card, right? Which goes along with this configuration, and it's really about a mass awakening with this eclipse, right?
Yeah, tying it into the eclipse.
I do find this card to be a little challenging. You see judgment and you think, oh my God, I'm being judged for my behaviors. And I mean, there's some part of that, right? Because there's karma rolled into this card.
Yeah.
But it's really more about awakening to a new set of lessons for yourself, right?
Yeah, and
I want to hear you talk about it.
No, I mean you're right. And the Judgment is, it's a major arcana card, and it's a celestial card, but it also brings to surface. It's like time's up. It's almost like now we have to reevaluate and look at where we've been as a collective, look at where we are, and decide what are we going to do differently moving forward.
Right.
Because with Judgment, it means we can't continue in the old world. So even if you vibrate in the old world, that frequency is not going to sustain you because the collective is moving forward. So therefore, people that are holding on to old paradigms of hatred and division and confusion and, this is mine and that's yours, those people are going to vibrate in a frequency that's going to be very difficult in their mind, body, and spirit.
It kind of reminds me of the series of books I remember as a kid growing up in the Christian church. I think it was called Left Behind. It was about the rapture and how, Christians would rise up and,
Right.
Anyone who wasn't a Christian would be left behind.
Well, it looks like,
I mean, there's some truth to it. It's not about, being a Christian or not being a Christian, but it's about embracing love, empathy, and faith.
yeah, and it isn't about dividing when you have
No.
religion or politics. Both of those things, this is why in our thing, we don't even subscribe to that. Because any of those things have divisive and segregated vibrations and frequencies that hold them together. So you have so many sects of Christianity, and you have politics, one house, but yet it's divided. So it doesn't matter what side you pick because it's their house. That's like a group of relatives that live in a house, and it's like, well, I get along with these cousins, but I don't get along with those cousins, but it's the same master at that controls that house. So it's almost, if you play games like that and you fool yourself to think that
You're on the
this
right
guy is the guy or this guy is the problem, you're only contributing to the vibration and frequency of division. Neither of those guys are the answer or the solution. The solution is within self and actually not choosing a side, but choosing the collective and operating out of love. That's the simplicity of the whole thing.
And it appeals to all souls and everyone, rich or poor, young or old, no matter what, how
Right.
smart you are.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
And truthfully, as it's told, these secret gatherings that some of them have,
Sure.
right?
The Bilderberg group.
All these things, right? When you peer into that, first thing you realize is there is no side. Because these people, and unless you've broken bread with them or you have an understanding of them, you really can't make a judgment or an assessment. But when you peer in and you see them all congregating in one accord, but yet in the land of television or whatnot, it's divided, makes you rethink, wow, where am I putting my energy in for what? And why would you surrender your power to a person or an administration or a group of people to say they know better than you? That is also folly.
It's giving up your God spark.
It truly
giving
is.
up your power.
Yeah.
But-
But anyway, enough of
Anyway,
the
enough of
division
that.
of politics and religion. We
Yes.
have, it looks like, hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Lisa, thanks
and
for-
hi, Mr. J.
Yeah, thanks for.
Good to have you with us.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Lisa. So, do you have a question for the tarot? We're here for free tarot readings. We do have a few written down, which we're going to get to.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, we just.
this
yeah.
has got to be a great time for readings because Scorpio is a super psychic sign. And you're a psychic. No, you're a Scorpio.
I am definitely a Scorpio with Scorpio rising,
I
so there's
know.
a
So
lot of
it's-
Scorpio in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did this. But we just kind of came on this YouTube with serendipity to. Is that how you say the word?
Serendipity.
Serendipity.
I'm always correcting him.
And I need
I'm
it
sorry.
because but we kind of do this randomly because whoever finds us is meant to be,
Right.
instead of like
That's right.
advertising and all this.
That's
it's like
right.
if you find us, great. If not, great. But so
Okay.
what are we doing?
Well, I'm going to shuffle. We've got four questions so far. And our first one comes from someone named Jane.
Hi Jane, if you're watching.
Yeah, so let me just move this and make room. Whoop. Sorry, I'm going to be bouncing. All right. Jane is hoping to sell a large property.
Okay.
And there's an interested buyer with the initial D.
Okay.
What do the cards say about him?
All right, let's take a look. All right, Jane.
Lisa, I hope you love your new place.
Yeah, I hope
I
things
see the
are.
pictures online.
Yeah,
It's
boy,
very,
that was
it's
a
very appealing.
that was a
A long road
that
though,
was a
huh?
hurdle,
But you made it.
but you made it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is for Jane.
All right.
And
Jane's talking about a piece of property that she's trying to sell or
yes,
something. Okay.
yes.
All right.
And Mr. J, if you have a question, write it down. I'd be glad to read you. Okay, so this is for Jane. Starts with a 5 of Cups reversed, 5 of Swords reversed, 5 of Coins. We've got some fives here. The Knight of Swords, and the 8 of Coins.
Wow.
So this is about a property, a large property, and this person with the initial D. Is he a good person, or what do the cards say about him?
Well, to start out with the 5 of Cups reverse and the 5 of Swords reverse, that's wonderful. Energetically, the frequency is good for communication, a resonance where they're going to kind of get along with each other. And to follow it with the 5 of Coins is 5 of Coins is that old song, "Should I stay or should I go now?" Right? It's a fork in the road,
Right.
and usually the talk is money, right?
Yep.
Something to do with money. And then we have the
Knight of Swords and 8 of
into
Coins.
the 8 of Coins. That's great because what I'll say is this: as long as the property shows, because when you have a 5 coins, then you have an 8 coins, that's growth. So that would mean a 30% increase. So the person buying the property wants to know that their money is going to be able to grow by at least 30%. And it's so that's and it looks like it will, because you end it with the 8 of Coins,
Right.
which is lucrative. I can make money with this property, and it serves me. So
Awesome.
that's awesome. So good luck.
Excellent. Good, good, good. Thanks for the question, Jane.
Yeah.
All right. So our next question comes from Matthew. It's about finances. He's been struggling, wondering when it's going to turn around for him.
Okay, so let me try to. I'm sorry, my thoughts. So Matthew has been
Finances,
struggling with money.
money,
Okay,
yes.
with finances. All right, Matthew, we're going to take a look here.
So he's asking when. Will things start to change? Hopefully soon.
And this is strictly about basically money, finances.
Work situation.
Let's see. Well, we're going to have to pull some more cards just because there's a little bit of delays. There's uncertainty coming from him because the Page of Coins is reversed, so it's like waiting on news that's not coming.
Okay.
And the Hermit's reversed, which is he's not getting the guidance that he needs.
And we have the Moon upright. So let me show. Let me
Okay.
show these cards. And then here are the other two. So did it start with the Page of Coins reversed?
Yes.
And then we have the Hermit reversed. 2 of Cups reversed. The Moon and the Queen of Wands. And then, oh wow.
wow.
So we have the World and the 7 of Swords.
Interesting.
Wow. I want to
me
hear about this.
Let me try to wrap my head around that
I
because
love the World card.
First of all, the Moon, somewhere inside of Matthew, there's a frequency that's psychic, and there's a frequency that's very intuitive. But for some reason, with all those cards reversed, his reality is not lining up with his intuition. And then at the last moment, it's the World card. Now, was it the World into the 7 of Swords, or was it the 7 of Swords into the World? I don't recall.
I don't either. I'm
But
sorry.
we're going to read it like it is on the table.
Okay. Okay.
World card, 7 of Swords. And what that means is his financial situation is going to be blessed. He's going to come out of all of this difficulty. And this has been problematic because a lot of those cards are very challenging.
Yep.
Would make you think, nobody
There's
hears
no
me.
hope,
Is
yeah.
God even listening? I don't see the support. A lot of disappointment. But then it ends World Seven of Swords. So his problem of having lack is going to be, his problem's going to be, well, now I have abundance. And with that Seven of Swords, he better start preparing his mind
Okay.
to have, not have not.
So in other words, he's been overcome
Conditioned.
with lack.
Yeah. This is like a lifetime. This is like a conditioning. This is like a, but this is like the Cinderella story. It's like the glass slipper. It's like all of a sudden you come into abundance. But with that seven, because of the conditioning, his problem is going to be in the future making sure people aren't taking advantage of him. Because of, obviously, the world card means there's some money on the table, and that's not a little bit. That means that this person,
Or could the Seven of Swords mean grab the world, like be like a thief in the night and grab it for yourself?
1,000%. But that's why I didn't
That's
know if
kind
it
of
was
what I'm
before
feeling
the
that's
world.
what it is.
Well, maybe it fell like this
Right.
because like that would be, and that's what I had
Because
first
I'm not
thought.
getting the sense that he's going to get taken advantage of. I feel like it's him needing to
Take advantage.
grab it and
That's
take advantage.
that makes complete sense, and that would be the combination of the Seven of Swords into the world.
Yeah.
Which is how it originally fell, but the placement of it was
Okay.
throwing it off.
Okay.
So I agree. I think that it's wealth.
So he's asking about a timeline, though. So do you get a sense from the cards that are already out here? Because we have a Two of Cups reversed, and then the Seven of Swords as far as number cards.
Okay, so the main card that's upright is the 7.
Uh-huh.
So I would say to him with the page reverse, I would say, well, did you hear a negative news, like something not working? His response when he says yes, right after that is the 7. So that puts us in a time frame of approximately 7 weeks. But you know what? It could be 7 days. I definitely don't feel this is 7 months. I feel that this is an overnight type of situation.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of serendipity.
Kind of serendipity. So I'm going to forecast around 7 weeks. Now, if for something is unforeseen, then the 7 still remains intact, and then that right after it with the world card is success.
Awesome.
I'm going to lean into the weeks.
Well, Matthew, I can't wait to hear about this opportunity. I hope you come back and ask, for more guidance there. All right, Lisa, I'll read Ed, or we'll read Ed, and you'll see it when you get back, I'm sure.
I can't even see.
We have a couple others written down, but I'm going to get to you, Mr. J. What will be the outcome of me manifesting magic to get my little cousin from my abusive uncle's house? There's an opportunity I know is coming on summer break, but I want to do spell magic to help.
Well,
Well, how about that?
Yeah, well, good for you.
Good for you is right.
Even trying to
Doing
and
okay.
helping to get him out of a
Absolutely.
difficult situation.
Yes, I wish you success. So what will the question is, what will be the outcome of this manifesting?
Oh, that's good.
To get my little cousin from my abusive uncle's house. Okay.
I love that this is an example
Yeah,
of positive
it is.
spells and positive.
That's right. Using
which is
using
what it's
magic
designed
for good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Here we go.
My little trusty, what is this, obsidian?
Obsidian,
Yeah, my
yes.
little trusty obsidian.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the stones
We didn't.
for the day or for this configuration. So you want to choose black stones. I think that would be best. Onyx, obsidian, black tourmaline,
Especially with the Scorpio.
jet. Yes, and wear black.
And we're black.
With the addition of red and yellow too. Those are Scorpio
Those are
colors.
Scorpio
Right.
colors.
Okay.
And these are good to scry and look into the future, these discs.
mirrors,
Yeah,
yeah.
these little mirrors. But anyway, let's
so
go to
Mr.
Mr. J and see about, dang nabbits, we're going to look at this. Now, the intention and the,
Yes.
is that the
The generosity of spirit is what I'm feeling here. Let me show you the cards. So we have the King of Coins, the Eight of Wands reversed, Moon, Ace of Cups reversed into the Nine of Swords. So,
You know,
challenging.
it is challenging, and I can see clearly with the Ace of Cups reverse and the Nine of Swords upright the troubles that you're speaking of,
Yeah.
right? And the difficulties there. And the Ace of Cups is trying to get your cousin around more love. See, the thing is, when the Ace of Cups is reversed and the Nine of Swords is reversed, we card that says that there's a psychic connection between you and your cousin. In other words, that the energy in and of itself is strong, which has a resonance frequency to get to your cousin at least to feel some kind of support. Now, unfortunately, we have some oppositional cards here because that Nine of Swords and the Ace of Cups reverse is the damage control. That's what you're witnessing of even why you want to do this. So part of the energy and magic that you do shall be a loosening effect of the binding effect, but also healing, because these are cards that need healing. But we're gonna have to pull a few more cards,
Yeah, that's
because
what I was thinking.
if I just look at this, we gotta that's better.
We get the Justice card.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, that's what
I
we
feel
needed.
a little choked up.
Yep,
with
that's
that right
what we
there.
needed. The world. And
Yes,
the world.
I'm so glad.
Okay.
It goes Justice into Seven of Cups in the world, which, is success, mind, body, spirit, love, money, health, all good things.
All good things, and with the Archangel Michael, which
Right.
represents justice, and then you have the world on both sides, in between the seven, on either side of the Seven of Cups. And what that means is
He's also experienced abuse from the uncle too.
see, this is why the drive within him. But here's the good news. Justice and the world means that the universe hears your prayers, sees the injustice, recognizes the abuse, and justice in the world align for support. So your magic, your ability to manifest is quite important. But I don't want you to get frustrated if you see a delay, if you see something come to the surface, because when you're going to work your magic, it's going to help bring out some of the things. So hang in there. The outcome is justice and the world, which means they end up either back with you or in a proper living environment that is really good. And the justice is restoration of pain and all things that were wrong. So it is going to work itself out. But there's higher forces involved here. So sometimes the magic that we do helps, but the higher forces are really going to be stepping in to help this situation.
Isn't that awesome to hear?
Yeah.
It is. Good thoughts going out to you, Mr.
Good
J,
thoughts.
and for your cousin.
And there's
That's for
money
sure.
too. I might add too,
Yeah.
with that King,
with the
of,
King of
coins,
Coins.
there is, at times when money is needed or required to make the change in the physical dimension, that will be there. So, I don't want to worry about that.
On that. You're welcome. Our pleasure. Our pleasure. All right. So, are you ready for our next person?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So, we read Jane and Matthew. Okay, our next person is Mary looking for a love reading.
Mary, just in general,
A general
love.
love reading.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, scrying is good. You can kind of, see the future a little bit. But anyway.
Do you see anything in there? Mary?
It's a little weird if I start looking with one eye in that thing, I don't want to freak people out, but anyway.
There we
Let's
go.
take a look. And she just wants to know about love, huh?
Yes. So it starts with the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups reversed, the Four of Cups reversed, Four of Wands in the Hangman.
Interesting. And this is about love.
This is love.
Okay.
Yes. Do you need any more cards? Or
I
does
might.
that speak to you?
It speaks, but it we have to define what love is, right? For love is different for different people. Like love might be for someone marriage, traditional brick and mortar. For someone else, it might not mean that. It just might mean a soulmate, a partner, and we don't have to do the legal thing. So what I'm going to say is, with the Six of Wands, that's a victory card, and that says that you know there is a victory with love. But we also have the Two of Cups reversed, the Four of Cups reversed, and the Four of Wands reversed, which means it might not be a marriage or a traditional type of relationship in that regards. And the Hangman with the Sun is karmic lessons of beauty. So I'm going to say yes, she has a victory with love in the future, but it might not be with the person that she might think. And it also, this is about, you know, whoever the person is going to mirror to them things that are opposite in what they've had. So if communication was difficult in the past, it will be made easy. And, you know, I think there's a strong intuitive and emotional connection. And the Sun card says by the summertime, there should be movement with a situation that is wonderful for her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Mary. Spirit has been providing for me financial.
You know, what a
It's made my day.
Yeah, that made my day too, you know, Mr. J. That's
It's
great.
all about the kids, right?
And it's about taking the abundance that's given that we have and using it as a tool to help others.
Yes.
So
You
where
got
are
it.
we?
All right. So our next question comes from Claire. She is looking for an internship or a job this summer that relates to her major, but she's been struggling to find something and is feeling worried in looking for guidance.
Okay, so she's looking for a job that's aligned with her major in school. She's been frustrated not
Yes,
finding that.
yes.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Here you go.
All right. Okay.
Alrighty. So we have the Two of Coins reversed, Two of Wands, kind of where she's at, right? The Wheel, Five of Wands, and the Emperor. Look at that card. Love
Yeah,
that card.
love that card. Interesting. So just as the two twos are dualities in between, you know, you're not where you want to be, but you're not where you were. The Two of Coins is upside down, which is good because it's a balance card. That means that the imbalance is going to be made balanced. The Two of Wands is her grabbing onto an opportunity, which would be a job. It's not exactly what she wants, but it's helpful. And the Wheel of Fortune means fate has their hand in this to assist them with finding this job. The Five of Wands sometimes is a little confusing in the sense of, you know, maybe the job isn't exactly what she wants, and it aligns with the major, but it's like because the Emperor means at the end of the day you're able to use this job for either credits or something to do with the school, but it might not be exactly what she wants it to be. That's what this says.
Okay. So there should be a job opportunity
Yeah.
right away for her?
Pretty soon, yeah.
Okay.
And it's two twos. So that's every 2 weeks, every 2 months. It's in twos, every 2 days. It's like a two vibration. And with the Two of Coins reverse, I would say in the now time, we are at a point where balance is upon her.
Excellent.
So I think we'll get some good news. She'll get. But anyway.
Oh, just a little bit of buffering with the internet. That's all. I think we're good now.
So what do we have? One more.
Little foggy. Yes, it's
Okay.
Lisa.
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Let's see where her question is. It's about her husband Ed.
Okay.
Let me just fix this. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Ed would like to know what his work situation is going to be in the next 6 months.
Okay, Ed wants to know work situation for the next 6 months.
Yes.
Excellent. That's a good question to
I know, you always
kind
like
of.
when people
I
give
like
you a
it.
time frame.
Yeah, because it boxes it in.
Yes.
And
it helps with the prediction too, with the numbers, right? From
so
the
true.
cards.
Yeah. The answers are only as good as the questions asked, really. And reading is not just about the reader, it's about the person we're doing it
Interacting
together.
together. Yes. Yeah. Okay. There you are.
All right. If you've had a reading, please hit the like button. That will help to get us out there a little more. And
Okay, so
6 months?
so we have a Six of Swords, High Priestess, Six of Coins reversed, Judgment, and the Queen of Wands reversed. So we've got
Okay.
2 sixes here, and she's asking about 6 months.
Interesting. And about work, right?
Yes.
We're going to have to pull another card
yeah.
on the 6, because,
On that one?
yeah, even another one. There it is. Okay. So we had to pull a couple of more cards to get us further down the line on the time result.
Ace of Wands and the Knight of Coins reversed.
So the Ace of Wands speaks of a new opportunity, a new door, a new direction, and it is dealing with work. But a lot of the cards prior to that ace coming out is really holding on to stuff, really being, it's going to feel for a little bit that, like we got to be a little careful with
Conservative.
money. I was getting this, I'm now getting that, type things. All means for both of you that the wisdom and the knowledge is kind of growing right now, and there's an expansion of consciousness, and it does show a new opportunity. However, there's a little bit of a hurdle over the next 6 months to get to that opportunity, which is that ace, that's that door opening. So for now, I'm going to say hang on to what's going on. If it's not where you want it to be, that's okay. Do corrective maintenance with finances, and there is an opportunity that does come up for a new door or a new direction, we'll say, with money to come in or work to come in.
Does it seem like that might be 6 months out, that opportunity?
It could be a little bit of
6 weeks?
time.
Yeah.
Well, because, we had the 2 sixes here.
Yeah.
And the fact that we had to pull more cards means that we had to expand the timeline a little
Yes.
bit. So, we're just going to say this. It's a little longer than 6 months, this reading. But what I'm going to say is the opportunity could come up in a month, 3 months, but not more than, it's going to happen. But also with the High Priestess, there's an overstimulation of energy that's creatively coming in. And in that energy, I think his partner Lisa is going to be inspired with some ideas. I also think that Ed is going to have some ideas. Is that the Six of Swords?
Yes.
So there could be some travel that you might have to do to keep things kind of. There's something about travel that comes up.
They've been traveling for a while.
Okay.
Because they had to travel to make this move, and it took them, I think, a couple
Quite a
of
while
months,
to
right?
get here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the travel's talking about work-related things, but there could be something to do with travel in this season's.
So the door opening might take a while.
Might take a little bit.
For work.
Right.
However, in the meantime, it looks like there's a heightening of creativity
Yeah.
in their relationship, or the two of you. So you might, spend that time, you might have some fun during that time, even though that opportunity might not present itself right away.
True, and
Right?
you're absolutely right. And part of the reason why it's kind of not presenting right away is as a judgment card,
Right.
which means we're still catching up energetically from the lessons that you guys were going through. And as that starts to percolate, some of that metaphysical energy that, like, out with the old and in with the new, your environment is new, where you are is new. There's a lot of placement metaphysically, which sometimes slows down the timeline because the past, we're going through a wash, we're going to go through a dry cycle. That might be a couple of months, but when it all comes out and it all comes round, everything's going to be better than what it was.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best, Lisa, you and Ed both.
Well,
And I'm
thanks.
glad you found
Yeah.
us today.
And thanks for tuning in. And we'll probably catch us another time like you did today.
Yeah, we're
you
going to
know.
try to go live here once a week. So just what if you like and subscribe, you should see a notification, right?
Hopefully.
I would
And
think.
yeah. And we won't give a lot of notice. We like to just kind of wing it and throw it out there and see who shows up. It's a little intimate that way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thanks for finding us. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Have a great day.
Take care, everybody.
Bye now.